welcome both of you, Hemant ji, Sunil ji, on this call, and many congratulations to both of you for the IPO of High Tech Engineers.
Thank
So
you so
let's
much.
start it. Let's start it with in this way. आप थोड़ा कंपनी के बारे में बताएं हमें. कंपनी क्या करती है, क्या बैकग्राउंड रहा है और कहाँ से आपको इंस्पिरेशन मिली इस कंपनी की ऑपरेशंस के लिए.
I will give you a brief in next 5 minutes.
Sure, sir.
Basically, I am from IIT Bombay. I passed out in 1970 in mechanical engineering. Then
Great.
for 3.5 years, I worked with a company called Windsor, plastic injection molding manufacturer. And that was the first time in India, Mr. N.K. Patel, the managing director of that company, started this business. Prior to that, nobody was manufacturing injection molding machines in India.
Right.
Now, I had a privilege to work with him as an executive assistant to him right from the
Oh,
beginning.
wonderful.
And also I had a dual role of handling materials management.
Okay.
So it was a wonderful experience. And that time we were buying all these hydraulic fittings which are required and which was a very prime item required in injection molding machines. And this item, I realized that it's a very, very important item. It was being imported. There was only one person manufacturing this in India, maybe for 4 or 5 years. And this particular item got registered in my mind that time itself. Second point is, right from the beginning, I wanted to work on my own. I never wanted to work, but since I'm coming from a middle class, I had to take up a job. So I have taken a job, and I was very fortunate to work with Mr. N.K. Patel directly. After that, for 3.5 years, I worked with a company called Richardson Hindustan, which is a manufacturer of uh, Vicks VapoRub, and today it is now Procter and Gamble. So I was purchasing their entire engineering equipments as well as the maintenance spares and all that. So that was 3.5 years of experience on the commercial side. So with these 7 years of experience, I was ready to start on my journey on my own, and I purchased a very small factory on rental basis at Vikhroli with one lathe, one drilling machine, and one hacksaw, and that's how I started in 1975 when I was working with Richards Hindustan with the permission of my boss, because there was no conflict of interest. I cleared it to them, and I was working in the morning for 2 hours and in the evening for 4 hours and running my own machine with one single worker. That's how I started.
That's very inspirational.
When I went through this job work related business for about a year and a half, I met Mr. N.K. Patel and he said, "My dear fellow, you're from IIT Bombay. Don't have such a small workshop and all that. Think big. Why don't you start something on your own, some product?" I said, I was wondering, but this product was in my mind. So I talked to Mr. N.K. Patel and he said, yes, hydraulic fittings. Why don't you start? That's how
See.
the High Tech Engineers Private Limited was born in December 1978 with an investment of 2 lakhs of rupees of Mr. N.K. Patel. I had no money, so I was working. That's the way the company got into existence. Then, of course,
Wonderful.
since we had no background, nobody was ready to give me any orders. So Mr. N.K. Patel gave me orders from Windsor. So Windsor was my first customer. That's how we started. Subsequently, we kept on adding. Telco came in. Then so many Rexroth, if you have heard the name of Rexroth in hydraulics, they came in. Then Vickers came in. And we kept on adding customers one after the other and simultaneously kept on increasing the size of the company slowly and steadily. The first 25 years out of these 48 years was a tough job, reaching to around 60 crores of business annually. But in the meanwhile, we kept on adding people. We kept on increasing our strength in terms of quality, in terms of delivery, in terms of satisfying the customers. One thing which we have followed is that we have not added a customer unnecessarily if we don't have the capacity to satisfy the customer. So customer satisfaction has been the key area for high tech all along. We never took extra customers on hand. Somewhere in 98, 99, we started getting an opportunity and we started getting some calls from Europe. And we entered into the market of Europe somewhere in 98, 99. And very, very small way. Those days, Anil, if you know, India was not being looked at in a very proper fashion. They had no confidence and trust in in our country. They had no
Mhm.
confidence in Indian people as far as the quality and delivery is concerned. The situation was really, really very tough that time. But we kept on improving, and growth in exports was a very slow process. Real growth in exports started in somewhere in 2006, 2007. And in spite of that, the growth percentage of export was hardly 5%, 7%. But at least we were getting an exposure to their
Mhm.
requirements, to their demands. And slowly, slowly, high tech was increasing. Somewhere
Okay.
in 2012, 2013, I had been to my son. My elder son is in USA, and he actually is engineer from VZTI. And then he did his MBA from Terry College of Georgia. His name is Ashwin. He is a non-executive director in the company today. And
Mhm.
he said that he was working with Capital One and he was tired of working in that software uh, uh, atmosphere. And he said that I'm burnt
Mhm.
out and I don't want to do software anymore. So I said, Dad, what should I do? I said, then let us figure out whether we can do any business of hydraulic fittings in USA. So in 2012, we
Right.
had a survey of USA market, huge market. I
Mm.
knew that because there are a lot of road building activities are going on in USA. Infrastructure is quite big in USA. And we started working on this. 13, 14, 15, 16, these 4 years, I was there for 6 months. 3 months in India, 3 months in USA, 3 months in India. Like that, I've spent about 4 years and we established the distributors market in USA. We captured it. We had to develop a separate line of items for USA. That is all JSE fittings, SAE. So that standard we built up. And now USA business is, now we are at about 40 to 45 crores of business. 25% of our business is USA.
Okay.
Simultaneously, we went into European market. Then we started replacing companies like Parker, who are the main stream supplier in world for the fittings. And they started comparing our quality equivalent to Parker. That is where now we have come. Now today's situation is that we are at about 35% of our export, 10% in Europe, 25% in USA, and domestic we are the leaders. And second competitor to us is around 75 crores against our 200 crores. So leadership in India is established. Acceptance in export market is growing, and
Mhm.
we are only waiting for another 2 years, 2 years, so that the situation in USA will change, and that will give us additional impetus in the business of USA.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Second point on the organization side, we have already established a board with a lot of good people on the board, and they are absolutely serious about the corporate governance of the company. It has been set
Mhm.
up. We have been running this as a limited company for last 3, 4 years. Then we have also established an executive council with CFO sitting next by my next side. Then we have a COO who manages the operations, and then we have one person who is good in design and business development. So marketing part is taken care of, finance part is taken care of. Operations, I would like to share with you. We are already following all manufacturing of Japanese manufacturing techniques in our company. We are a lean company, and Kaizen is being implemented in our company for last 3 years, and operational expenses are absolutely under control. Not only that, we keep on improving our operational efficiency by 10% every year. This is what is happening in
Mhm.
last 10 years.
Okay. Great.
So we are very, very competitive as far as our pricing is concerned. But still, because of our quality, because of our delivery, we are enjoying a 10% markup on the prices. against our competitors, we get 10% more price because of the reliability, the trust that our customers have developed with us. I think this is
Wonderful.
all what I
Wonderful.
wanted to talk to you. Now you can start firing your questions.
Great. Wonderful. Thanks a lot, Hemant sir, for such a wonderful recap of the entire organization. And it's very pertinent that you brought up the name of Mr. Patel. I also had a fortune of holding Windsor machines for almost 2 years. And my
Fantastic.
experience, that was some 10, I think 10 or 15 years back. I wasn't that lucky, but I'm really happy for you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't make any money in that investment, but it's always good to know he is such a pioneer in the industry.
that's right.
And trust me, you're not the first one to tell me this, that he has really supported
So many people.
startups in so many ways. Yeah. So right, and also Parker. But when you say Parker, you mean Parker Henifen, which is into
Yes,
auto
yes,
components.
yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
great, great, wonderful. I have. I spent almost 15 years in auto components business. So all these names sound familiar, but they're not exactly the same like Parker and Parker Hennepin. So I tend to reconfirm.
Yeah.
All right, great. So your business is doing wonderful, and as you have rightly pointed out, sir, that you are putting in all the right resources at the right place for the next level of growth. But I would like to understand about the quality of customers. Your top 10 customers are accounting for nearly half, or 45% to 49% of revenues. How
Yes.
sticky are they, considering you don't have long-term contracts with them?
No, we have long-term contracts
You
with them.
have. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We
Okay.
have. Now I can't mention you the names and other things, but majority of people we have long-term contracts. Lot of customers we are working now. For example, Windsor, I've talked about the name I've taken.
Right. Right.
You know, my first customer today, we are the only person supplying to Windsor, even as on today in 48 years.
Okay. All right, great. Uh, so maybe you can give us some color about the customers. Who are your customers? I'm not
You
really
want me
looking
to
for
tell the name?
names.
I don't know. I'll have to
No,
check.
no, not the names, but the
Tractor
industries.
manufacturers, all the tractor manufacturers are with us.
Hmm.
All the excavator manufacturers are with us.
Okay,
Road
all
building
right.
equipment manufacturers are with us. Now, if you
Mm-hmm.
know the names, you can just confirm. You can say the name, and it is there with Hitech.
Got it, got it. So all the
Second point,
off-road.
what about your question about 45% with major customers? Let me tell you, none of the customer is beyond 12 to 15%. We have
Hmm.
spread our business with all the customers.
Great.
Few of them we are
Uh,
supplying 100%, but a lot of them we are supplying major SOBs, share of business.
got it, got it. And also you mentioned 25% of your business is coming from the US. Uh,
That is
what?
distributed. That is distributed with the distributors. We have six distributors
Mhm.
in USA. These
Right.
distributors are nothing but the aggregators who are supplying to OEMs in USA, and
Mhm.
then they have a warehouse very close to them, and then they aggregate all the items and supply to OEMs. That's how we work. Now, incidentally,
Right.
we have three companies which are already lined up for our OEMs in USA. One is the John Deere.
Mhm.
They have 47 plants in USA. We have been approved in all their 47 plants.
Wonderful. Mhm.
And their requirement is about 800 crores annually for fittings. John
Right.
Deere alone. Then we
Okay.
have another case, New Holland, which is also one of the infrastructure companies all over the world,
Mhm.
leading in the world. Now we are registered with them. We are supplying to their Belgium plant as of today, and now we are open to do business in USA. Third is the Caterpillar, which is one of the biggest company in
Mhm.
infrastructure. We have been approved in Caterpillar India, and we have already got approval from USA. Their quality person has come, visited us, and he has approved our plans for their USA business. So this is a very big business that we are looking at in the future.
Right. So, and also something just came up in my mind when you take the names of Case New Holland and Caterpillar and John Deere.
Yeah,
Mostly in the automotive side, at least that I am aware of, most of the global OEMs source their components from India, and
yeah.
many of them they have their own IPOs in India. Isn't it the same situation when it comes to off the road machinery makers, or is it still through?
Let me share this with you because we are not in the automotive business. I have kept high tech away from automotive business. Since you
Mhm.
have an experience in automotive business, these automotive people don't allow you to earn. You are
Okay.
aware of that. And if you look at the companies like Telco, Mahindra and all that, it's very difficult to get money from them, earn money from them. Whereas you are getting a premium profit from the hydraulic fittings. Now, hydraulic fittings is not a normal machine component. It has got a lot of criticalities because these fittings have to be seal leak proof, and these
Mhm.
are all subjected to very high pressures.
Right.
So this is something which is totally different. And if you go and probably give your capacity to automotive company, now we are dealing with Volvo Eicher for your kind information. But there we don't
Mhm.
get the profits that we should get. Because automotive people, they are in a very competitive market and they don't allow their suppliers to earn money. So that is
Mhm.
why we have stayed away. High tech has stayed away, and there is a tremendous scope in the business of hydraulics that we need not go to automotive sector. Automotive sector is just about 5% or 7% of our business, not much.
Mhm.
Volvo Eicher is
Mhm.
one. Second is the SML, Swaraj Mazda. We have discontinued our business with Telco and Mahindra because we don't get
Mhm.
money. Mahindra is continuing, but that is for tractors, not for automotive. We
Uh,
work with
so I
Mahindra
got it.
for tractors.
Yeah, I get it. My question was actually about the OEMs sourcing, whether they source directly from India, or is it a an established practice for them
Very
to
few
do it
people are
through
sourcing
distributors?
directly. Now they have got people in USA who source it from India and supply them.
Okay.
That
Uh,
is what is happening. Because otherwise, if the company is quite big enough, then they can open the company in USA and then start supplying them. They normally want your presence in USA if you want to do
right, right.
business with USA.
Mhm. Okay. And this so your US subsidiary, that's a distributor. Uh, all the transactions happen at arm's length, I believe.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the
Yes.
business is not much. Hardly we are doing 7-8 crores of business again in 200. It's not a major
Mhm.
business. And my son is now, we started it in 2014, but now he is getting away from that business. He's not interested because see, handling a warehouse in USA, roping in people in USA is a very costly affair. So but he is working basically on marketing basis, and he covers the entire distributor business, and that is being
Mhm.
done directly by high-tech engineers to distributors, not through Ashwin.
Got it. So, so coming back to automotive industry, you have no intentions of venturing into automotive, which is a volumes game. You want to stick to the current model. I'm
Yeah,
talking about like 5 years out.
see, I'll tell you, as far as volumes is concerned, in automotive, volumes are limited to the extent of their hydraulic brake systems.
Mhm.
So hydraulic fittings are required in the brake systems. So that is what we supply.
Got it. Yeah. All right. Uh, so also this year, I think your EBITDA hit a top of 22%. Just
Yes.
would like to understand, is it sustainable in your view, or what kind of qualitative picture you can provide on your margins?
I'll tell you very clearly the margins are going to go up further on because we are planning now. Today, we are at about 35% of export. Over a period of next 3 to 5 years, we are taking our export to 50%. We are getting around 10% extra price when we are exporting. So margins are
Mhm.
better in export. So we'll be going over a period of time 50% export and 50% domestic because export market we have a tremendous scope to grow. And two reasons for this that export will go up because of that our margins will go up. Second point
Mhm.
is the operational expenditure is going to come down because of our Kaizen implementation and lean manufacturing. So constantly arresting the operational expense side and simultaneously getting better prices on the selling side. Our EBITDA is going to go up.
Okay. Maybe you should apply for Deming Award.
That's a long journey, but subsequently, yes, over a period of next 5, 6, 7 years, we can do that. And I'll tell you, we have got one of the best man to guide us for this. One Mr. Vinod Grover. You might not have heard. He's from Delhi IIT, years junior to me, and
Okay.
he is the if you have heard the name of Masaki Imai, who was the Kaizen guru in Japan. He he
Okay.
he is Mr. Grover has worked with him for 20 years now, and he has formulated a company called Kaizen Institute of Asia Pacific, and he is the managing director and chairman, and he is associated with high tech for taking high tech to world class level. And he has promised me that within 3 years he will go to international world class level as far as Kaizen implementation is concerned. So we are on the game. We are on the game.
Right. Right. Wonderful. You also mentioned about some mergers and acquisitions. If there are some more, there is some more color you
We
can
are we
share
are
on this.
planning we are planning for something like higher value added wall section and all that. That is what,
Mhm.
but it is our future. It's something which I don't know. I will not be able to share details with you as of today.
Okay.
But
No worries.
we are on the way.
Got it. Got it. Uh, all right. Backward integration is also something that came up in my research. Uh,
Yes.
I think you already do some good level of backward integration, if I'm not wrong. But any more areas of improvement you see in this department?
See, Anil, we have almost reached to putting up a steel plant on our own. That's all. Otherwise, Otherwise, we are doing everything. We have an integrated chain right from making the bar stock from the steel bars we get from steel mills. So
Mhm.
we do our own drawing. Then we do all machining in house. We are doing our own forgings in house.
Mhm.
Then
Yes.
we have
Yeah.
on the other side we have our own plating plants. So the no zero dependence on external except rough machining of forgings. Otherwise, we are not dependent on external factors at all.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, actually, on this point, does it make sense at this level for you to start offering your services to other manufacturers uh, with all these forging and all, or you are already doing it?
We are not doing it, but we can do it. But as of today, we have already built up the capacity for our captive requirement. Further on, we
Mhm.
can probably increase that capacity and start giving forgings to outside people also. But they need now
Okay.
machine forgings. That also we can do. But that's an extension of business, and I won't say that will be falling into our core business of manufacturing hydraulic fittings. Because this
Mhm.
hydraulic fitting business itself, we can capture as much as we want. We
Got
are
it.
at about 0.5% of the business available. We are working on 0.5% of the business available on the hydraulic fittings market. Why should you go away from your core when there is a tremendous scope to increase in the core area? Why should
Mhm.
we go for non-core business? We need not.
Right, right, right. Makes sense. Perfect. I'm through with my set of questions. Just one
Excellent.
thing that came up. Just one more thing. This one is for Sunil ji.
Yes.
Maybe you can give us some sort of guidelines about the debt to equity ratio that you are comfortable going ahead with.
Anilji, if you have, this is a good question. If you see our debt to equity ratio last reported was around 0.222,
Mhm.
and after using the fund of the IPO, we are going to reduce the debt, and that will be reduced further after that. And
Right.
we are trying to maintain it and utilize it for the expansion of the company, this money, and definitely we will improve further on this part.
I mean, some mergers and acquisitions are on cards, as I can understand. So that will require capital funds, and you
Yeah,
are going to
if
raise some debt, right? So I was just this question is about the comfort levels that you have with debt.
See, company is already having a good amount of money, and company is also asking for the money for the future growth. So
Mhm.
definitely, if the avenues are open and if the uh, opportunities are good, we can see that in future.
Okay, got it. All right. Thanks a lot for your time. It was wonderful interacting with both of you, sir. And I wish you all the best for the success of
Yes,
IPO.